Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Transfer Survival Guide. So we're going to be unpacking your gear and preparing for what's ahead. So this session is sponsored by VACRAO and StriveScan. VACRAO is the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. So a few quick things for us as we're all getting situated and getting into the session. Your mics and your cameras are off, so we can't see your beautiful faces or hear you, but definitely make sure you utilize the Q&A feature so that our great panelists can answer any questions that you have, either about their specific institutions or just general transfer questions as well. And again, we do want you to sign up for some more sessions. There are a few more happening today as well as throughout the rest of this week. So just go to www.strivescan.com/Virginia and you'll be able to sign up for a lot of other great sessions and good information for you as a transfer student or just general other information about the college search process. This recording will be available for you to review at a later time. So hopefully it's going to be posted within a week from today. So around Monday of next week. So keep making sure that you're writing all your good notes, but at the same time, you'll be able to review all of this all over again if you would like to, or share it with others by accessing the recording next week via the website that I also encourage you to sign up for those other sessions at, which is www.strivescan.com/Virginia. So I'm going to turn it over to our great panelists. Welcome and thanks so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our panel discussion. Today, you'll hear from 3 different institutions and about our role as to how we work with transfer students and about what we offer, the resources that we offer our transfer students who, have an interest in applying to our different institutions and, have questions about academic programs that we do offer. So throughout the presentation, as you hear information from our 3 different institutions, Virginia Commonwealth University, University of Mary Washington, as well as Bellevue University, as you hear information that might pique your interest, just, jot down the information because that may formulate a question for you. And then at the end of the presentation, whatever questions that you may have, of course, you just put the questions in the chat box. And we'll definitely make sure we try to get to your questions as soon as possible, as soon as the presentation ends. So I just want to kind of start off with a general introduction of who I am. Well, my name is Terrence Jenkins, and I serve as the Regional Transfer Counselor at Virginia Commonwealth University. And in my role, I work with prospective transfer students who have an interest in transferring to VCU at some particular point, some particular fall semester or spring semester. So my job is to kind of help give you some guidance and to understanding the admissions process, to understanding the application deadlines, to understanding the different academic programs we offer at VCU, and to even answer questions about the different academic programs we offer our students at VCU, and as well as to kind of work with you to kind of help you understand different courses you're taking at your institution and how those courses could transfer over into VCU and into a specific program at VCU that you're interested in pursuing. The VCU, we're located in Richmond, Virginia. Now, what I like about our location in Richmond, we're kind of like centrally located in the state of Virginia. So kind of easy access to get to the university from wherever you're coming from in the state of Virginia. In Richmond, we actually have 2 campuses. We have the Monroe Park campus, which houses the vast majority of our academic programs, as well as the Medical College of Virginia campus, which houses programs for students who want to study nursing, physical therapy, in the School of Dentistry, dental hygiene, things of that nature. And as I said, we're centrally located. So basically, when you're coming to Richmond, whether you're taking Interstate 95, you'll have easy access to one of the 2 campuses, or if you're taking Interstate 64, you will have access to one of those 2 campuses as well, because both interstates actually run through Richmond. So depending on where you're coming from, we're actually 2 hours away from Washington, D.C. area. We're roughly about 2 hours away from the state line of North Carolina. We're roughly 2 hours away from the mountains in Virginia, as well as about 2 hours away from the beaches. We also have access to the James River system. Now, the James River system is a system that has 550 acres. So a lot of times many of our organizations, student organizations, students club, will utilize the James River system for different events or different activities. And sometimes as well, the university itself will utilize the James River system for different events as well. Now, we're very fortunate where we have 8 Fortune 500 companies in Richmond. So a lot of these companies kind of serve as a pipeline for students who have an interest in trying to acquire an internship opportunity or a job once they graduate from VCU. So a lot of times the Fortune 500 companies will have recruiting events at VCU for students who may be studying in the School of Business, the College of Engineering, or some other programs that we do offer. We're very fortunate where we have community partnerships with over 100 community organizations. So a lot of times we have students who have different service learning hours that they have to complete. So they will work with the different community partners that we do have to kind of fulfill those service learning hours. Now, at VCU, we consider ourselves to be a very diverse campus. Now, when we talk about diversity at VCU, we're not just talking about a student's ethnicity or gender. Now, when we talk about diversity, we talk about the different experiences that students bring to the campus that makes their that makes the campus that much more enriching and rewarding. Like, for example, we have students who attend VCU that come from all 50 states. We also have students who attend VCU that come from different countries as well. So all of these students, they come to Richmond, they come to our campuses or one of our 2 campuses, and they're bringing their life experiences as well. So as a student at VCU, you may meet someone from another state, from the state of Washington, from California. You may meet another student. You may become friends with a student from another country, but they're bringing their life experiences that makes the campus that much more enriching and rewarding. We currently have over 31,000 students who attend VCU. Of the 31,000 students that attend VCU, 23,000 make up our undergraduate population. We currently have a student to faculty ratio of 18:1. And we also have 193,000 alumni. But every semester that number changes because we have a graduating class every semester. So we're fastly approaching 200,000 alumni. Our average class size at VCU is 28 students. So, but that just kind of depends on the type of course you're taking. So for example, if you're taking a general education course, then the class size might be a little bit larger. If you're taking a course that's for your major or core course for your major, then the class size may be a little bit smaller. At VCU, we're fortunate where we have actually 13 academic divisions. So depending on the academic program that you're pursuing at VCU will kind of determine which academic division you will be a part of. Our biggest academic division is the College of Humanities and Sciences, which is the 3rd academic division that's listed on the slide. In the College of Humanities and Sciences, we have roughly 14,000 students. Now, some of our popular majors for students who are transferring to VCU, students who are applying to transfer into VCU are biology, health and physical education, mass communications, pre-nursing, and psychology. Now, all of these programs are actually housed within the College of Humanities and Sciences. But in addition to that, we do receive a good number of transfer applications for the School of Business, for the School of Nursing, as well as the School of the Arts. At VCU, we're very fortunate where we have a wonderful resource for transfer students, which is our VCU Transfer Center. Now, our VCU Transfer Center is housed by a director as well as several transfer advisors. And their role is to work with prospective transfer students such as yourself. They also work with newly admitted transfer students as well as returning students. So I want to talk for a few minutes about what their role is and what type of services that they can provide you as a prospective transfer student. Now, as a prospective transfer student, one of the questions I get many times is that I've taken X number of credits at my current institution. How many of these credits would be transferable to VCU? It's a very fair question, very valid question. Well, the Transfer Center offers something called the Unofficial Credit Evaluation, which is for prospective students. Now, with the Unofficial Credit Evaluation, they basically, take a look at an unofficial transcript that you will be providing them. In addition to the unofficial transcript you provide with them, you also complete an online electronic form. So with that unofficial credit evaluation and electronic form that you're completing, they will take a look at it and it will do an unofficial credit evaluation. And what the unofficial credit evaluation will have is that it will let you know how many credits will be transferable to VCU for whenever you are ready to transfer into VCU. But in addition to that, how those credits apply to your prospective major that you want to pursue at VCU. Some of the other services that they provide for prospective students is pre-admissions, as well as supplemental advising. So sometimes, transfer students may want to speak directly to a transfer advisor about specific courses that they should be taking in a given semester at their current institution. That transfer advisor can kind of give you some advisement as to what courses you should be taking at your institution for a specific semester. In addition to that, once you transition into VCU, once you have been admitted into VCU, and you're starting at VCU, transfer students sometimes experience something called a transfer shock. That's a normal thing that most transfer students experience. While VCU Transfer Center has set up actually a transition programming, which is to help new transfer students connect with the VCU community. But basically what this basically means is that you'll be paired with a transitional leader who kind of serves as your guide, kind of serves as like a guy, like a leader, who kind of works with you to kind of get acclimated to university life at VCU. Whether it's answering simple questions as to how can you get to certain academic buildings, how can you find the university library, how can you find the student union, or just kind of give an example of that. So they can kind of give you some assistance with that as well too, or how you can connect with different resources at the university that can be beneficial to you while you're a new student at VCU. In addition to that, they also provide with students, new students as well as returning students, progress monitoring from admissions to graduations. So basically, they can kind of work with you once you get admitted and kind of give you some guidance as to courses you should be taking until you graduate. And at the same time, once you're taking those courses, how you're progressing during those courses to kind of help fulfill the requirements for graduation. So once you admitted to VCU, we don't leave you alone. We want to kind of make sure we provide you with the resources that kind of help you matriculate through the university successfully. Now, in addition to the services that we do provide for prospective students and newly admitted transfer students, and as well as returning students, we also have some other services that we provide as well. So we do have a partnership with the Virginia Community College System and Richard Brand College. We do offer transfer agreements. One in particular is our guaranteed admissions agreement that we do offer. So depending on the major that you want to pursue at VCU, if you fulfill certain requirements, you could receive guaranteed admissions into VCU. But in order to be considered for guaranteed admissions into VCU, you will have to fill out the letter of interest. Now, the letter of interest is actually an electronic letter that's found on our webpage. It takes roughly about 5 minutes to complete. Once you complete it, it goes to our Office of Admissions and you will receive an acknowledgement email. Now, sometimes transfer students, when they were in high school, they may have taken AP or IB courses. So sometimes those courses can be transferred to VCU. So, if you have taken AP or IB courses, those courses possibly could transfer into VCU as well. And then sometimes when I'm working with transfer students, certain courses that they are taking at their prospective or at their current institution, they may want to know, hey, I'm taking English 111 or I'm taking Bio 101. What are the equivalent courses at VCU, or what courses are equivalent to these courses at VCU that I'm currently taking? So we do have course equivalency charts that will help you understand that as well too. And last, we also offer something called transfer maps for our prospective students. Now, the transfer maps, as I kind of look at them, it's kind of like a roadmap, like a guide. And the transfer map, that guide and that roadmap kind of tells you things that you should be doing at your current institution prior to applying as well as transferring into VCU. Like, for example, we always strongly encourage students to meet with your academic advisor. or a counselor at your current institution. We always encourage students to meet with a VCU admissions rep, which is primarily me. We also encourage students to kind of get involved with different activities and clubs or organizations at your current institution. We encourage students to, if you don't already have one, to create a LinkedIn page. These are just things that's kind of helping you get ready for the transition into coming to VCU. But in addition to that, we also have a course equivalency chart. So let's say, for example, on the transfer maps. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to major in biology at VCU and you're currently attending a VCCS school, there could be certain courses you should be taking at that VCCS school, and they'll tell you the equivalent courses for VCU. So it's just kind of like you just kind of following this chart, and the course that you're taking at your current VCCS school, those courses will be transferable into the VCU biology program. And the last slide I want to share with you is just some general contact information on how you can get in contact with us, myself. And again, my name is Terrence Jenkins. I'm the Regional Transfer Counselor at VCU, as well as my email address, tjjenkins@vcu.edu, or you can contact me on my work phone number, which is 804-596-2855, or you can reach out to VCU's Office of Admissions at ugrad@vcu.edu, or the phone number 800-841-3638, or you can contact VCU's Transfer Center for information about course credits that you've taken at your current institution. Their email address is transferinfo@vcu.edu, or their contact phone number is 804-827-1349. Okay, I thank you so much, and I hope you got some general information about VCU. And again, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to type them in the chat at the conclusion of the presentation. So now I'll turn it over to my colleague at Bellevue.
All right, let me share my screen for you all. All right, so my name is Jade Williams, and I am the relationship manager for Bellevue University. So I'll just be talking a little bit about some of the benefits of transferring to Bellevue. So I know a lot of you are wondering, who is Bellevue University, or where is that school located? Well, Bellevue University, we're actually one of the largest nonprofit private universities in Nebraska. We are regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, which is a member of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. So accreditation is very important. So you should always make sure that you know that the school that you are planning to attend is regionally accredited, and that your college credits will transfer with you, and you are aware of any stipulations that may occur with them. So we are in good standing with our accreditation. We are along the ranks aside of our few counterparts, which includes Ohio State, Arizona State University, Notre Dame, and the University of Michigan. So we have a unique partnership. With Bellevue University, we actually partner with community colleges across the country. We help students transfer their full associate's degree towards the completion of their bachelor's degree. So we want students to come over to Bellevue University once you have completed all of those general education requirements, which are the courses that you would take with your associate's degree at your local community college. We are flexible with our online programs, so you can earn your bachelor's degree without having to leave the comfort of your community or the comfort of your couch. We will ensure that your transfer is as smooth and convenient as possible. So with Bellevue University, we actually offer more than 50 bachelor's degrees, and many are good pathways directly from your associate's degree. Some of the undergraduate programs I have listed on the screen. If you want to change your pathway, or if you want to diversify your knowledge or change your degree, then we can help with many of our cohort options, those that have no prerequisites. So some of the programs that we do offer as our undergraduate programs are leadership. We have management programs, as well as marketing and communication. We also have some healthcare programs, as well as some public safety and public service and safety programs, as well as information technology and business. So many of our undergraduate programs, they actually flow seamlessly into our graduate programs. We have over 30 master degree programs, and most you can take anywhere between 18 to 24 months, depending on your program and also depending on the format of your program. So some of the graduate programs that we offer, of course, are leadership. We have some programs in organizational performance, as well as accounting and finance. We also have human resources, and of course, programs that are in project management as well. So you work hard for your credits and we want to make sure you keep them. So many universities actually put a limit on how many credits they will accept. At Bellevue University, we believe that all of your credits from your institution, if it's regionally accredited, are worthy of transfer. So you will be able to save money and also complete your bachelor's degree faster when you're able to transfer your entire associate's degree over. So not only will your credits transfer, but every single one will count towards your bachelor's degree. So your degree completion is actually closer than you think. And this is actually how it works. This is how you are able to complete your degree in as little as 18 months. You need a total of 127 credit hours to complete your bachelor's degree. Out of that 127, students usually graduate around that 60 credit mark with their associate's degree. For those students that do have over 60 credit hours, it's going to fall into your next category. With Bellevue University, you need to have a total of 18 credit hours. So if you graduate from your community college with 78 credits, that's going to complete all of your general education requirements, and that will also complete all of your elective requirements. So the only thing that you do have to complete when you transfer over to Bellevue University would be 49 credit hours. So that's 40 credit hours for whatever major you choose. And then all of our students have to take a capstone program, which we call our Kirkpatrick Signature Series. So 49 credit hours will be all that you would need to complete with Bellevue University. We have two different track programs that students can enroll in. We have your traditional programs where you pick and choose how many classes you would like to take each semester, just like you're doing at your community college now. And those classes are 12 weeks long in length each. And then we also have our accelerated cohorts. A lot of students like the cohort programs because those courses are block enrolled. So it's set up as once you enroll in your first course, it automatically enrolls you in the rest of your courses. And all of our cohort programs is only 10 classes that you will have to take to complete the major requirements. And then of course, the 9 credit hours for your capstone, the Kirkpatrick Signature Series. So again, my name is Jade Williams, and this is my contact information listed. You can feel free to put any questions that you may have in the chat box below in regards to Bellevue University, or if you would like to contact me by email, you can reach me at jade.williams@bellevue.edu. You can also call my office phone at 434-797-8502. And if you would like to learn more about the programs that we do offer, and if it is a cohort format or if it's set up as a traditional format, you can actually visit our transfer website, and it's at transfer.bellevue.edu/DCC. And this will actually list all of the programs that we do have. And you can also see a breakdown of the curriculum of the courses required for each of the programs that you are interested in. So I thank you guys for attending, and I will stop sharing my screen and I will kick it over to our last representative, Jose, so you can take it over.
All right, hello everybody. Let me just go ahead and get this screen shared up here. Again, thank you, Jade. My name is Jose Torres. I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions at the University of Mary Washington. We always like to start these presentations when it comes to Mary Wash with some fast facts about the university. So we have over 4,100 undergraduate students at the University of Mary Washington. Students represent over 40 states and 56 foreign countries. We like to tell people that Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is where we are located, is an ideal college town location because we are midway between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. So it allows for a lot of really unique opportunities, not just in the Fredericksburg area, but also in the Richmond and Washington, D.C. area. Lots of really unique opportunities for our students to take advantage of, whether that be internships, job opportunities, and things of that nature. When it comes to transferring to the University of Mary Washington, there are 3 ways that you can go about doing that. There's our traditional transfer route, which is our most common way of transferring. Students going the traditional route will be working towards a Bachelor's of Arts or a Bachelor's of Science. The next would be our BLS program, which is our Adult Degree Completion Program. Students can major in most programs offered at UMW, but you're going to be working towards a Bachelor's of Liberal Studies, not a Bachelor's of Arts or a Bachelor's of Science. There are also specific requirements that need to be met on the part of the student in order to gain entry into the program. You need to be out of high school at least 6 years. You need to be working at least part-time, financially self-sufficient, things of that nature. But one of the other cool things about the BLS program is that we also will accept military credit as well as work experience as transfer credit with our BLS Adult Degree Completion Program. And then finally, we have our BSN Completion Program, which is our Bachelor's of Science in Nursing Completion Program. Now that program is designed for students that have their RN license and have already earned their associate's degree in nursing, but are looking to complete their BSN. And the cool thing about that program is the flexibility that's allowed in that program, whether you can take that program 100% online or 100% in person, or a hybrid of online and in person when it comes to the BSN completion program. When it comes to our classroom experience, we average about 19 students per class. There are no graduate assistants at Mary Wash. All classes are taught by master teachers, and 90% of our full-time faculty have their terminal degree. So that's something that you can think about there. But even before you get to that point, now you're ready to transfer. So now what? You're ready to transfer. You're thinking about Mary Washington. I want to provide you with some transfer tools that you can use even before you start your application. That are going to be available to you to help see if Mary Washington is going to be a good fit for you. First and foremost, we have our transfer checklist. So when you're ready to apply, you can follow the transfer admissions checklist to make sure that you've submitted all the necessary application materials. So things on the checklist are going to include application filing dates, so you can be aware of when applications are due for a fall start, a summer start, a spring start. Links to our available applications. You can apply through the Common App, or you can apply through our own Mary Washington application. You don't have to fill out both, it's one or the other. Also required application materials, official transcripts, letters of recommendation, personal essays. If those things are required or not, it's all listed on the checklist, as well as a link to FAFSA information and things like that, so you can get the ball rolling on your financial aid in those sorts of situations. Next are our transfer agreements. We have several transfer agreements with our local 2-year institutions, whether that be the VCCS, which is Virginia Community College System, or RBC, which is Richard Bland College. We have great working relationships with those. Included in those agreements are certain requirements that, if met by the student, can guarantee your admission to the university. So we do have our guaranteed admissions agreement in place. If you're going into your final semester and you will be earning your associate's degree, and this is a recent change, and you have a cumulative GPA of a 3.0 or higher, we can guarantee your admission to the University of Mary Washington. Now, you're still going to have to apply to the university, but if your GPA is there and you're earning your associate's degree, your admission is all but guaranteed to the university. We also have transfer pathways programs with Nova and Germanna Community College. So those are cool because if you know starting at the community college that you want to transfer to Mary Washington and you're interested in psychology, for example, if you follow the pathway program that we have laid out in psychology, it'll tell you every class that you need to take at Germanna prior to transferring to Mary Washington to complete your psychology degree. And we have that available in all of our most popular majors: psychology, business, education, you name it, that's available to you through actually your community college's website. I did mention guaranteed admissions previously. Should have updated that slide. So with VCCS schools and Richard Bland College, if you have a cumulative GPA of a 3.0 or higher, not a 3.25 anymore, and you're going to be completing an associate's degree in arts, sciences, or arts and sciences, we can guarantee your admission to the university. You simply need to apply like you normally do, but also submit a GAA letter of intent. Now that's a form that you fill out, and then not only do you sign off on it, but the transfer counselor from the community college signs off on it. And we just use that to verify that you do meet the criteria in order to gain entry through our guaranteed admissions agreement. And again, with the transfer pathways, like I mentioned previously, for students that are going to be transferring from Nova and Germanna, these pathways are predetermined courses. So if you're not sure what you need to take, if you're curious about what you should be looking to take in like a semester before you transfer, click on these transfer pathways. It'll give you a breakdown of the classes that you should have taken prior to attending Mary Washington. The other cool thing though, and it's not the end of the world if say you don't match up exactly with these pathways, but it's just a great guide, a guideline to kind of follow if you know that Mary Washington is where you want to end up. You also have the opportunity to get credit evaluations as well as to check course equivalencies. So on our website, we have several systems in place for students that will allow you to check to see if the courses that you're taking at your local schools will transfer over to Mary Wash. So for the VCCS and the RBC students, we have our transfer credit guide. For students outside of VCCS and RBC, we have, or if you're transferring from a four-year institution, we have something called Eagle Transfer. Now, if we've encountered a student from a school maybe in Texas before, any student that we've evaluated for credits, their evaluated credits go into our Eagle transfer system. So even if it's a school that you don't think of, if we've encountered a student from there before and we have information about that school, you can go there to check equivalencies. We also have information on AP exam scores, CLEP scores, and other transferable credit as well. And we also offer free credit evaluations for students that are interested. So if you go through these processes, you don't see your school listed, you don't see any information about the school that you're planning to transfer from, if you just reach out to me directly and send me an unofficial transcript, I can forward it on to someone in the registrar's office to get it looked at, to let you know ahead of time what you would be transferring to the university. If you're looking for more specific information about what's available to you and those sorts of things, please feel free to contact me. This is my information listed here, or contact the Office of Admissions. We'd be happy to help and answer any questions that you guys may have. So that concludes my portion of the presentation. So now what I'm going to do is ask Jade and Terrence to come back on screen with me to help answer any questions that you guys may have about transfer tools and transfer processes that we offer at our university.
Feel free to utilize the chat box if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, don't be shy, guys. Any questions? And chances are, if you're thinking it, someone else is probably thinking it too. So please feel free to drop it in the chat so we can try to help you guys out as best that we can. Oh man. All right, Terrence, looks like this one's for you. Do you see the question? So it looks like Terrence is answering that first question, but I'll throw this next question out and we can all answer this because it's representative of all of us. What do your respective colleges offer in terms of grants and scholarships? Jade, you can go ahead and start off with that one.
With Bellevue University, of course, with any other college or university, you will fill out your FAFSA. Once we get your financial information from the Department of Education, we'll package you for whatever you qualify for, whether it's Pell Grants, student loans. We do have internal scholarships that students can apply for as well. If you do have any outside scholarships, say from your local community, a local bank or a local church, if you do receive any kind of outside awards, you can also apply that to your financial aid package as well. And we also have transfer grants and scholarships that students can apply for as well.
All right, at the University of Mary Washington, we do offer transfer merit scholarships to all transferring students could qualify for a transfer merit scholarship. There's nothing that you need to do to apply for the scholarship. We give it out to you based strictly on your information when you are applying to the university based on your GPA. We offer up to $4,000 for in-state residents and up to $8,000 for out-of-state students when it comes to that scholarship. There's also other grants and things that you may qualify for. So we insist that you please fill out the FAFSA because even if you don't think you're going to qualify for anything through the FAFSA, there may be more additional monies that we can provide you because of the information that you provided. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's also departmental scholarships and things that you may qualify for depending on your major at the university.
Well, at VCU, we offer something called a transfer scholarship, which is only available for fall semesters. So if you're interested in applying to VCU for a particular fall term, fall 2021 or another fall term, then you possibly could put in consideration for the transfer scholarship. In addition to that, there's actually the 2-year college grant that you possibly could be eligible for. So we encourage students to take a look at the 2-year transfer grant to see if you possibly will qualify for that as well too. But in addition to that, at VCU, we always encourage students to look at outside organizations, outside businesses for scholarship opportunities. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the website FastWeb, FASTWEB. A lot of times they talk about different scholarships that are available to students. It's a nationwide thing, so you can check out FastWeb as well too.
All right, any other questions?
Does anyone have any questions about the
No,
about
you're
the
good. So we are going to be ending at 3:45. So do please go ahead and utilize that Q&A feature. Oops, my camera wasn't open. Hi. So that way we can get some questions for our 3 panelists. The information has been so great about their respective institutions. And now is the designated time for you. So definitely make sure that even if the question is a little more particular to your background or your academic interests, definitely utilize this time that you have with them and ask any questions. We'll give you a few more moments to drop them in the Q&A feature. For our panelists, if you maybe want to offer maybe one specific thing that you would tell any transfer applicant to your institution, like one solid fact or information item.
Yeah. Well, I see we have one question that's already in the chat right now, but it's a general question for each institution. Is are there application fees to apply to all of your universities? Yes, at VCU we do have an application fee. The application fee is $70.
And at Bellevue University, we actually waive the application fee for our students that are applying.
At the University of Mary Washington, if you were to apply through the common application, it would be a $50 application fee. If you were to use the UMW application, that is a free application. If you start an application with the common app and you would like the application fee waived, you just have to reach out to me and I can give you a fee waiver to waive the application. So technically, any application could be free, depending on who you talk to.
And as I was thinking about the one last thing I can leave you about VCU, kind of help you what you're thinking about the university in general. One thing that we believe in VCU, one thing that we cherish about VCU is the diversity of our university. So when we talk, again, as I mentioned in the presentation, when we talk about diversity, it's not just a student's ethnicity or ethnicity, race, or gender. We look at a wide variety of things, just different experiences that students bring to VCU. And a lot of times in my experiences in working with transfer students and just having conversations, that's just one of the main things they bring up. They love the diversity of our university. They love the student body, how diverse it is. They love that the faculty is very diverse as well too. So that's one thing that I will kind of press upon you, that we really value the diversity of our university, but also too, just where our location is. We're kind of like in an urban setting within the city of Richmond. So in addition to having access to the resources that we offer within the university, but just the resources that the city of Richmond has to offer as well.
And I guess I will say one tidbit for Bellevue University is our motto is real learning for real life. So all of our professors that we do have, they are actually currently working in their field. So they are the ones that are teaching the classes for the students. So if you did have any questions as far as, any potential jobs or any jobs, what are the requirements as far as degree wise or any kind of, work experience, you'll actually be able to contact and talk to our professors because they're actually working in the field. So they'll be able to provide you with right now information of what employers may be looking for.
And I have to say for the University of Mary Washington, relationship building, because we are on the smaller side, but we are still a public school. It allows for our students to build unique relationships, not only with the faculty and staff that they're going to be interacting with on a regular basis, but also with their fellow classmates. And those unique relationship opportunities can lead to a lot of really awesome things that can happen for our students. So that's something that we kind of pride ourselves on, something that we hang our hat on at the University of Mary Washington.
And we do have 5 more minutes left. So please, you guys, if you have any more questions, you can let us know now in the chat box. I guess if we don't have any more questions, we can turn it back over to our StriveScan representative and she can let you guys know what your next step would be.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you to our panelists. That was such great information to share with our transfer student population. Oh, we have a question in the Q&A, you all.
Oh, she said, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joining us.
Welcome.
So please don't leave just yet, or when you do leave, and I end this session, there will be a quick 4-question survey. So definitely make sure you submit those 4 short questions for us. That'll give us further information on how we can make this better in the future, as well as other information that you're hoping to hear from other panelists. Definitely make sure you check out the other sessions that we'll be hosting today, as well as the rest of this week. Again, you can access all of that information via a website, and that is www.strivescan.com/Virginia. And again, the recording will also be available at that same website around a week from today, so around next Monday. So thanks again for joining us. Thank you to our panelists as well. Hope everyone has a great and safe week, and stay warm. Bye, everyone.